again. Namaste, hello, and Techidilic, everybody. My name is Gurung, and I'm from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And from now on, I'll be the Zoom meetings monitor. So my job is just to basically remind you guys before and after the meeting of the rules. So we are respectful to our teacher, our Lopen. So just remember for the rules of the Zoom call, please be on mute unless you are given the permission to speak. Always have your camera on so we know that you are actually listening, and come with a bright attitude so we can learn more about Buddhism. Sounds good.
So we will be reciting the Manjushri prayer before we start the class, okay? As this we will be doing this every time of our class. O lama dan gombo jezon jambe yang la cha cha lo. Lo de mi tendal. Nam Tarab Salve Jinge Dunkun Jin Zi Chere Ki Tu Karale Banzen Ganda Sipe Montum Dunga Gizir Buche tu chue yang den son ru tara che do nye mo nyin lo le ki cha do do ze che ma ri mun sel 동안이 고징에 조제라린 데네 다친 사취 타르슨 윤덴 루조 야세 두베구 조차 주당 주니겐데 Dalwe monse jambe yang la du Om Arapazana di 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 Zeden ke Uzer Gidapsa Katan Tenchu Jonlu Topai Lode Pobe Nawa Zalus Kanse Tawara Dupam Chunze Tiwara Dunai Gombo Jamyan Kingeni Keme Parayam Tonwara Sho Ngijish Mutsuno Ngimesh Sunamas Pamayat Piratas. 여러분이 그러거든요. 맞는 거 같으면 그다 민주가 그러고 이게 뭐가 소화돼. 막 이게 좀 말라 수바서 수비신 베드 먹으라대로 만나 보이시 소화돼. So Tashid Leg and welcome everybody once again for our introduction to Buddhist class. So in the last session, we talked about how Buddhism has played a very integral role in our culture and how it has been preserved in our culture and by how our people have been following Buddhism since from the time of the Buddha. So today we are going through the life story of the Buddha who founded Buddhism. So talking about the Buddha, it is said that these world systems actually in an eon, it is said that eon is like more like thousands and millions and billions of years. Within millions and billions of years, our world, forms, and then it has its own lifespan. So it lasts for eons, isn't it? So within this particular eon, it is called that now we are living in, it is said that this eon is regarded as the most fortunate eon. And it is said that during this fortunate eon, there will appear 1,000 Buddhas into this world. And it is said that so far, among these 1,000 Buddhas, 3 has already appeared, and they're they taught the teachings, and the lifespan of their teaching also exhausted, and the teachings also disappeared from this world. And now, during the time when the lifespan of the people are handed, and during that time, our Lord Buddha, which is the 4th Buddha of this fortunate eon, appeared. So how does it appear? It is said that before, actually, Buddha was already an enlightened being, or free from samsara, who was enlightened means who have all the powers, like born wherever he want, like he, out of compassion, love, and and compassion, uh, it appears into the worlds in order to help beings, or sentient beings, or humans like us, to lead to the path to complete happiness or enlightenment. So therefore, it is said that before Buddha coming into the world, he was born into the one of the god realms. And then from there, he looked upon, look in this world, where to be born, the parents whom he should, he should be born from. Like, he choose the parents, he choose the place where he has to born, and he saw the timing and so on. So therefore, seeing the right time, seeing the right place, seeing the right family, like which was the Sakya clan, and he came into this, he descended from the heaven, and then by descending into this heaven, then he entered into the womb of Queen Maya Devi. Her mother name was Maya Devi, and then and then Buddha's father name was Suddhodana. And then when Buddha, entered the womb of her mother, it is said that Queen Maya Devi, in her dreams, she saw a white elephant with 6 tusks, entering into her womb, in her womb. And then, thus, next day she was pregnant. And then it is said that for 10 months, the Buddha stayed into the womb of his mother, and then was born in Lumbini, present Nepal, Lumbini. And then when Maya Devi, Queen Maya Devi, was holding a branch of a sala tree, it is said that Buddha was born from the right ribs, like from here, the Buddha was born. And it says that the moment the Buddha was born, the Buddha took, like seven steps in all the 4 directions, and wherever in all the 4 steps, it is said that there were, like flowers, lotus flowers appeared spontaneously, or at that exact moment. And that while walking into the 4 directions, he claimed that I am the most supreme in this world. So seeing that, as the father, his father, King Suddhodana, seeing the miraculous birth of the Buddha, whose name was Siddhartha, when he was born, was young before becoming a Buddha. Then he was like, he invited so many uh, ascetics, like practitioners, like great, pandits, to see the future of the Buddha. And there once an old yogi came, and after seeing, looking at the hands of the Buddha, then he cracked down in tears. And then the king asked, what happened? Then the old yogi replied that, I feel so unfortunate because that this little baby is either going to become a great king who will rule the four continents, or either he will become a great sage or a great teacher who will illuminate the whole of this world. So seeing that, and the reason for his crying was that he said that when he becomes such a luminary, or a great teacher who then I won't be there to witness that. So that's why I'm feeling so sad. So that's why he was crying. So then his father wanted his son to become a great king, to continue his reign, isn't it? So what did was like, so that Buddha, in order to do not you know uh, become a sage and become a teacher, then he protected, he raised Buddha in such a condition that there were all the luxury, all the things, whatever he wished for. He lived in a very princely, very happy life. And then it is said that he learned all the arts, at that time prince so many great teachers were invited, and he was taught archery, he was taught swimming, he was taught the mathematics and everything. And it is said that Buddha excelled in every field of studies, he become more scholar or more learned than his own teachers. He exalted to even his teachers. Then after mastering all the fields of learning, it is said that then he lived a very happy life inside. And his father had limited his exposure to the sufferings of this world, the problems of this world, thinking that it might trigger him to take the another path and leave the kinghood. So one day, what happened was that, yeah, when he was living at the palace, then he uh, asked his charioteer. At that time, there was no cars we have now. So there was a what do we call it? No, call it chariot. We call that a vehicle that was dragged by a horse or bullock cart, call it bullock cart also. I don't know whether you have any idea or not. It is not, it doesn't have any engine. It is pulled by an animal, either a horse or a bull. So, and the driver, which is called the charioteer, his name was Chana. So he asked him to take him to view the city. So he was going to around, he wanted to go around the city. So he requested Chana, and Chana took him on his chariot to have a look at the city of, and then what happened was that when he was going around the city, he had the view of four scenarios. What happens was that first he saw uh, a person who was, very, kind of grown very old. He was not able to work properly. We like, when we are young, we walk straight, right? And when, some people who gets very old becomes like, crook, like, they are not able to walk very straight. And Buddha saw a person, very old man, his body was little crooked, like he was not able to walk straight. So he saw that pitiful state of that person, and then he didn't have any idea about that before, like, a person could, become that also. And then he asked his charioteer, or his driver Chana, "Oh, what has happened to this person?" And then Chana said that, "Oh, this is, due to the old age, like, when we grow old, then all these things happens to us." And then Buddha asked that, "Oh, do I, like, I'm the prince of the Shakya. So do I also have to go through this old age, and, have to go through this, like, problems?" And then said, "Yes, because every person, like, when we have taken birth into this world, we have to, we have to grow big, and then we gradually we grow old, and yes, we have to go through this old age." Then he was like, little bit disappointed with the fact that, even having the power, even, being the prince, even he had to, can't escape from this fact of old age. So he was a little bit like, uh, saddened. And then when he, moved a little bit farther, and there he saw someone who was really sick, like, he was, suffering, who was, suffering through sick. And then he once again said, like, what happened to this person? And then he was like, "Oh, this is a person who is going through a serious kind of sickness, like, so." And then he said that, is it also there, is there also chance for me also to, get sick like this, like, yeah, it is natural for people, like, to get sometimes sick, and get diseases and so on. Then he was also, feeling very sad. And then another time, then when he passed another, few miles, then he saw a person, a dead body of a person carried away by four people. And at that time, he asked again, what has happened to this guy? And the charioteer said that, "Oh, this is someone who has passed, who has died. Now they are taking his body to bury or to burn at a charnel ground." And then he was really like, "Do I also have to go to, die one day?" And then the charioteer was like, "Yeah, once we have taken birth into this world, we have to die, like, And then he felt so sad about himself, like. And then once again, when he passed on, then it is said that he saw a renunciant. When we talk about renunciant is someone, like, who has, give up, like, the endeavors, like, the goals of, for,
ल ल हेर साथीहरू कति छ चेक गर
is, trying to achieve, like, complete happiness, who has person who is, like, seeking a way or path to complete freedom from all these kinds of suffering and happiness forever. That kind of people. So as the he saw the renunciant, or it can also be a monk. Then he asked, what is that? And then he was like, "Oh, this is a person, like, a renunciant. It can also be a monk. He is a monk. he has taken the path to overcome all the sufferings that he just saw. So then he was like, oh, there could be also a path, way one can, he realized that, oh, there's also a way one can, escape from all this suffering. So then what happened is that in one of the evenings, actually he he fled from the palace. He if so he ran away from the palace, leaving behind his wife Yashodhara. He's leaving behind his parents, leaving behind his only son Rahula, and then he became a monk, and then he cut off his hair, give up his all the princely attires, and take, in return of that, he take the robes, and then uh, started his journey to complete enlightenment. And then it is said that for 6 years he practiced austerities. Austerities is like, nowadays, even if you go to Varanasi, you will see people like, applying ashes to their face, bodies, who, runs naked, and who torture their body also, believing that that could, purify your karma, and that leads one to freedom and enlightenment. So what Buddha did was that Buddha practiced austerities along the river Ganga, that is located now like around like Bodh Gaya, yeah, Bihar. So there he practice in meditation, and it is said that for this 6 year he had only 3 grains a day for his survival. And then after 6 year he had become so like skinny, and even his skeletons were completely apparent. You might have seen one of the statues of Buddha, who was, before attaining enlightenment, like, his all the skeletons coming out. So that happened when he, practiced so hard, like, and, survive on minimal, like, 3 drops of water and 3 grains he consumed on a daily for his survival, and practice like day and night for 6 years. And then after practicing for 6 years, then he was not able to achieve enlightenment still then. Then he realized that torturing oneself isn't the only way that I achieved enlightenment. So therefore, he broke the vow to not eat. And then it is said that a lady called Sujata, she offered kheer. I don't know, you all know that, as sweet, something made out of milk, that we call kheer. And they Sujata offered kheer to Buddha, and Buddha accepted that kheer and have it. And then when Buddha have that kheer, it is said that Buddha's body become like healed, as it was like before, and his body become so radiant, so radiant, like gold, like gold glowing in the sun. And then after having that meal, it is said that he went to the Bodhi tree that we now known as Dorjeden. We call it the Bodh Gaya, where now, so at Bodh Gaya, he sat under, and he was, when he was going to Bodh Gaya, he was offered a kusha grass by a name called swastika. He offered Buddha some kusha grass. The Buddha took those kusha grass and sat under a bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya, present day, Dojiden. There, after sitting under that bodhi tree onto the kusha grass, he made the pledge, vow or commitment that until I achieve enlightenment or fully awakening, I'm not going to, stand up from this seat. So by making that pledge, he, went on into the very deep samadhi or meditative absorption. And then when he was about to get enlightenment, it is said that the Mara, the demons, what happens, demons is that demon doesn't like, people's, can't tolerate people's happiness. Like those are what we call demons, isn't it? And it is said that the Mara demon came, knew that Buddha was about to achieve enlightenment. So what happened was that she came to confront him, trying to stop him from achieving enlightenment. For that, he attacked Buddha with all kinds of weapons, in those days there were arrows and all these kinds of knife, and the Mara is said she threw all those weapons onto Buddha. But as Buddha was in meditative meditation, and he had so much compassion, love and compassion to everybody. So due to the power of his love and compassion and his samadhi, it is said that all the weapons that was thrown onto him turned into flowers, and it rained, the flowers rain onto the Buddha. Then that are tired of that, Mara, or thinking that, oh, I won't be able to defeat him through the weapons. What did was she sent, the Mara sent 4 of his daughters to uh, to stop Buddha from attaining enlightenment. Then they perform all the dances to deceive Buddha, and then Buddha had completely gone free from all sorts of attachment, anger, and all the emotions, like afflictive emotions, negative emotions. So nothing they could do, and due to the power in order to show path for the ladies, Buddha turned them into ugly faces. And then they freaked out, the 4 ladies freaked out and pleaded Buddha that, oh, please don't do this. And then Buddha turned them back to their original face. And then thus Buddha was untouched, was not able to defeat through were not able to deceive through the dances of the ladies and so on. And then the Mara himself came and said that, how can you achieve enlightenment? You have done nothing to achieve enlightenment. That is how the Mara argued. And it is said that Buddha just showed a gesture to the towards the earth, and the god of the earth came up and said that, however, how much atoms of could be there in this whole world. More than that number, the Buddha has accumulated merit for 3 countless eons, and this is how he deserves to be achieve enlightenment. And thus, saying thus, it is said that on the 15th of the 4th month, according to the Tibetan calendar, which we call like Buddha Purnima, on the Buddha Purnima, like 15th day of the lunar calendar of the 4th month, it is said that Buddha achieved complete enlightenment. And then Buddha, after achieving enlightenment, it is said that for the whole 49 days, he didn't give any teachings. And then saying that, he said like, Dutsitabi shoshi konye sulan tengyang goar medupe miman nagdab nidu nebarcha. What does it means is that I have got a dharma, like a realizations like that of a nectar, but whoever I speak to or share with, no one is able to understand or consume or digest that teaching. So therefore I'm going to stay mum or into this jungle, as it was a jungle at that time, the Bodh Gaya. And then for every 7 days, he changed his spot of meditation and did stayed in complete calmness. And even now, if you go to Bodh Gaya, you will find different sides of the temples. You will find places where Buddha spent 7 weeks there doing meditation, sometime walking meditation, and so on. And then after 49 days, it is said that the god Indra and Brahma, making offerings, requested Buddha to, teach teach other people and sentient beings in order to benefit them. And then, as per their, request, it is said that Buddha went to Sarnath, which is now Varanasi, it is now in UP, Uttar Pradesh state of India. There he gave the teachings on the 4 noble truths. And in the past, I think in the previous sessions, we also discussed about the 4 noble truths, right? The truth of the suffering, the cause of the truth of the suffering, and the truth of the cessation and truth of the path. It was like to demonstrate what is suffering what is suffering, and what are the cause of suffering, and what is complete freedom from suffering, and how can we achieve complete freedom from suffering. This was what in the whole of the 4 noble truths means. And then in Varanasi, it is said that he give the first sermon. And then later, it is said that in his both whole life, Buddha, gave mainly 3 sermons, like 3 turning of the wheel of Dharma. And the second one was relating to the empty nature of all phenomena, which this teaching was given on Vulture Peak. Now we can also, there are lots of pilgrimage. We, Buddhist people go there on a pilgrimage. It is situated, I think, in between Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. And then in Vaishali, it is said that he gave the 3rd turning of the wheel of Dharma. And then after turning the wheel of the Dharma, then at the end, when he was 81 years old, he passed into Mahaparinirvana, which means to say that he ended his life. He, he was died. And before he died, he was requested, when he was about to, die or enter a more polite way to say, or according to the, because why do we call parinirvana in like, Buddhist terms? We do not say actually, like, for the great, like, realized beings to go die, because it is not something that we die. Actually, the Buddha was already an enlightened being. He has taken birth into this world just to, lead, or guide people to complete happiness. How can they achieve complete happiness? So out of compassion for all the people, all the sentient beings who were suffering. So therefore, because the Buddhas can live as long as they want, and born wherever they want, and so therefore when they pass into parinirvana, it is not like us who is die out without our will, like, even if we don't want to, we die. But Buddhas are like, they die according to their will. When they want to die, they when they see that it is inappropriate to die. So when Buddha was about to pass into parinirvana, then it is said that Avalokiteshvara, who is the deity of compassion, requested him to lengthen or his life, do not pass away. And then according to the by looking at the request, hearing the request, and he said, it is said that he lengthened or his life for another 3 months. And then finally, at the age of 81, it is said that Buddha passed into Mahaparinirvana at Kushinagar. And then what it says is that Buddha was like, in his whole of the life, he said, every suffering that we, if you look at the, essence of all his teachings, he said that every suffering that we experience today are our own creation. There is no someone that, someone is creating suffering and all this for you. It is like, we make all the cause and conditions, because everything is dependent on cause and condition. That is what we call the law of karma, isn't it? So if we make the conditions for right cause and condition for suffering, so then we experience suffering.
Fuck you, bitch.
Accumulate the right cause and condition for happiness, then we experience happiness. So that was what, like, he in the fourth turning of the, when he was teaching the Four Noble Truths, there he explained that we experience suffering because we accumulate non-virtues, and that is the law of karma. Like, for all the non-virtue and we accumulate, that results in us in experiencing suffering and all kinds of problems. And when we accumulate merit, then the fruition of that merit is what lead us to happiness and and so on. Happiness, like, achieving our goal and all this. So what happens is that, so how can we create the right conditions for our happiness? It is said that all the merit that we accumulate is whatever we do it out of love and compassion. Like, if we act like, if we help others, if we offer people something, benefit others, with that intention, then that is where we accumulate like merit. And that is also like in the morning we make offerings to the in front of the altar. We make offerings to the
I
god,
can see you.
Buddhas and bodhisattvas, and
I can see you.
this is a means to make
Get back right
accumulate merit.
into top
This accumulation of merit leads one to accomplishing whatever we want. And then all the things that happen to us that even if we don't want, that is like due to the demerit or non-virtue that we accumulate, isn't it? So this was all of the why do Buddha appeared in this world? Buddha appeared into this world because out of compassion, in order to people to get free from suffering and problems. And this is how and Buddha, when did Buddha appeared? It was in the 6th century before the common era. And till now the teachings of the Buddha, like following the Buddha's path of the Buddha, so many people it is said that in especially in Tibet, India and Nepal, like so many people attained enlightenment. And then once it is when someone attains enlightenment, then it leave signs of accomplishments, if you go to pilgrimage sites in India or Nepal, or in Tibet, you will see many enlightened beings, or who have left a footprint or handprint onto the hard rocks, and these are the signs of realization. And it is said that enlightenment is possible through only the it is the love and compassion, and through love and compassion Buddha lead the path, taken the path to enlightenment and achieved enlightenment. And Buddha actually in a way demonstrated how one can achieve complete enlightenment. So that was a life story of of the Buddha. Now I'm oh, the chat is disabled. So in here I'm for everyone it is disabled. So I'm going to I actually shared the file of our today's class did you download it? So kindly try to go through the life story once again. So it is, we have to understand what Buddha was how out of compassion, love and compassion, he take the path to enlightenment and showed us the path to complete freedom from samsara.
Do you want me to disable that chat?
Yes, La. So
Okay.
that I can
Because everybody was chatting unnecessary thing. That's why I just muted.
that's
Okay.
Novella, thank you so much. And I think we stop here our teaching today for today. And
yes.
Next week we will do continue.
Okay.
Give them a little give them some question and answer a little bit, and we give some discussion and we finish our today class. Okay, Levin?
Okay. Actually what I've prepared is Buddha's life story. Kindly download this Buddha's life story la, because what happened is that this Buddha, as we went through the life story, I have shortened or the structures of the life story of the Buddha. So in this way, if you go through it, then you will be able to remember the whole life story, stick more to your heart, and then you will be able to, know the life story of the Buddha in much more detail, and keep it to your heart forever. And then regarding the questions, I didn't prepared any questions, so I think from the maybe can I do it from the next sessions? Like, what do you think? Like, should I just share the questions, or do not share the summary of our class, or is it better to share only
Levin, we'll do from next time, okay? No problem, Levin, this time.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I have to, questions what we, learn into this session, isn't it, La?
Yes, Levin.
Okay, we can do that. So from next sessions, I will prepare some questions. Like, it is not, it will be time consuming to do it right now. So from the next sessions, I will be, and next session, what do you think you want to learn, La? I think, do you have any idea, or I should choose whatever?
We'll talk about after this class, Levin, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
जेनिसा
जेनिसा भान्जी लिभ गरिसक्यो भन्छ अर्को क्लासमा जानुभयो
Yeah. Hello,
I'm here.
Okay, that means shall we end this class, or
so
you guys have anything?
if anyone has any kind of questions, then one can ask. Otherwise, we are going to stop the class here. Do any one of you? It seems like everybody is tired. So maybe should we just end the class, La? So if we are two, then I think can we do the dedication prayer, like the four, so whatever, it is said that even we hear the name of the Buddha, if we accumulate merit. It is said that, and it is said that if we accumulate merit, then if we dedicate the merit for the benefit of others, thinking that whatever merit I have accumulated, or whatever merit I have, may this merit benefit this person, may this merit help someone sick person to heal from his disease. It is said that if we dedicate our merit for such, then it will result in that. And in this way, instead of exhausting our merit, it is said that it multiplies our merit far more. And then, as I said earlier, that the more we accumulate merit, the more our wishes will be accomplished, and all our wishes will be fulfilled, and things will go as per our wish, and all the happiness we will experience. So therefore we are doing the merit, so dedication of the merit. So actually I have shared the Manjushri prayer, at the end of that Manjushri prayer, there is the dedication prayer on page number 9. We are just going to recite the first 4 lines, okay, on page number 9. That's it. O sunam di thamje sikpa nye topne nye be danam pamchish kega nachi balong trukpa ye sipe tsole dolwara sho.
Angela!
Angela, thank you.
Everybody
Have a
listen
nice
me.
rest of your discussion.
हे बुद्ध तिम्रो नाम जपी जपी बस्दछु हे बुद्ध तिम्रो नाम जपी जपी बस्दछु तिम्रो उपदेश बुझ्न नसक्दा तिम्रो उपदेश बुझ्न नसक्दा मानिसहरू पापमा डुबे मानिसहरू पापमा डुबे हे बुद्ध तिम्रो नाम जपी जपी बस्दछु